Live here with some restrictor plate racing at ARCS Ignition. It is myself and Matthew Leiter, my good buddy. Um, we are probably going to raise our voices more than once tonight. We've already done it in the qualifying session, just getting times. But man, I'm glad to have you here, and glad to have everybody out there on the track. Super excited for Talladega. This is going to be a really good race. Can't wait. Um, what do you think, buddy? You think we're going to have one big wreck, two big wrecks, or maybe more?
Let's see. Last time I was in the booth, we saw the wild finish of Aiden Norman with the dive bomb move going to 3 and 4 on the last lap at Atlanta with the massive wreck coming out of turn 4, where I think you, me, and I think it was Feemster in the booth with us, we all just talked over each other going to the finish. So I think we're
Absolutely.
going to have another chaotic race like that. The only difference is it's just you and me in the booth this time.
Correct. It's just me and you, and we are already getting set here to grid up. So 60 laps. The stage will be at lap 25. Zach McBride will be your pole sitter. We'll see if we can't get the grid here real quick and get the thing out of there. There you go. So we will again. I'm learning as I go. So Zach McBride is on the pole. Mike LaJoy will start second. Bryn Roberts, A squared regular, starts third. Miles Nelson in fourth. Cody Riggs, another A squared regular, starts fifth. Thomas Andrews is in sixth. Stephen Oberstadt in seventh. Noah Belleville eighth. Jacob Oliver in ninth. Mark Delia in 10th. Patrick Allen Jr. in 11th. Dale Markowski in 12th. Jeremy Briault, another, he's a past A squared champion, starting 13th. Alfie Sharon Jr., your current points leader, in 14th. Austin Mungold in 15th. Alicia Sharp in 16th. James Kerr the third in 17th. He's another A squared regular. Tristan Catania in 18th. Tommy Reynolds in 19th. John Smeal 20th. Jason Alexander 21st. Elric George 22nd. Aaron Conover in 23rd. Jonathan Adams in 24th. Patrick Oberstadt 25th. Ben Choate 26th. Clayton Jones 27th. Tyler Patterson, the old hashtag fuck the 27 in 28th. And Matthew Bounds in 29th. So 29 cars out here tonight, Matthew. It's gonna be a hell of a show.
That's an
Here.
understatement.
Yeah, it's Talladega.
This is going to be absolutely wild. You've got people all throughout this field, Cup drivers. You've got some of the best. Alfie Sharon starting back in 14th. He's leading the ignition points right now. Dale Markowski currently 4th in ignition points. He's going to be starting 12th. Belleville, who is second or third, I don't remember which, he's starting up in 8th. Yep. And then you've got drivers like Elrich George, who I'm really hoping to see a good performance out of. I know he's one of your drivers for Cup, but he hasn't really had the best of luck. Maybe this race starts him on a little bit of a good streak for Cup.
I hope so. He's in the 12 car tonight, so he is in my car in the Presidential Racing number 12. So hopefully he has a good race. Jason Alexander also in the number 21. He's also on my team. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun. Everybody, we got a lot of viewers right now, so stay tuned. This is going to be a hell of a race here at Talladega Motor Speedway. These guys and gals, really excited. 29 cars, Matthew. That is a recipe for disaster. We'll see what happens as we get ready to go green here at Talladega.
They've been warned to keep it a little bit clean unless you're one of those first two in the line, so excuse me, I needed a belch. Let's see how well they do this start. It looks like a couple people toward the back are kind of lingering a bit, trying to leave a bit of a gap just in case of a checkup. Coming through the tri-oval now.
Yep, coming through the tri-oval, and here we go. Green flag is out. We are green flag here at ARCS Xfinity Racing. Zach McBride is your race leader, and we are coming into turn 1. Hopefully we can make it a couple laps here without any big wrecks here, Matthew.
Look at that 9 trying to give him a push, already trying to get him ahead of that top lane. I don't know who that is in behind them. I can't exactly see it too well. I think that's Cody Riggs, I believe that is, third in line. I could very much be wrong. I may have just missed something. It looks like, oh lord. Sorry, I'm too far away with my camera to see anything, but I'm trying to make it where I can actually hear you.
No, you're all good. Yeah, it looks like Bryn Roberts goes to the front of the pack. Zach McBride behind him. Looks like Cody Riggs may be in that 29 car. Thomas Andrews on his outside in the 2. So Cody Riggs is shown as the 30 here on our iRacing timing, but he's actually in the 29 car there for those that
Michael
are
Joy is going to lead that first lap for us.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I don't know if you've heard the podcast, the little Inside Arcs podcast that Matthew Kent's been putting up, but Michael Joy is one of the people he's name dropped coming close to week 12 of the Cup Series as one of those drivers who may be in with a chance at one of those Cup rides. It's a long shot, he said, but it's something that might be looked at later on.
Absolutely. And I have been told that Riggs' scheme has been updated right before the race here. Bradley told me there, so it may be that he is not in the right scheme, but we'll just keep an eye on that there. We may hit Control R on our iRacing paint schemes here. Maybe when the first caution comes out, Matthew, but we're not going to do it now. But really good side-by-side battle right now. Michael Joy up front, Bryn Roberts right behind him, and then it's Miles Nelson leading that outside line right now.
Yeah, and then if we look further back, all the way back to Jonathan Adams, he's the last person in line in that field, way back there in the 24th position. Then you've got a pack of 3, Edward George, Tyler Patterson, and Ben Choate back there. They're all trying to stay behind, probably expecting a little bit of chaos early on. And then Catania and Patrick Allen Jr. are working together at the back end of this pack right now.
Yeah, Patrick Allen Jr. really, has expressed himself all week that he was extremely excited for this weekend, for Friday night. He has a lot. Look, Patrick Allen is not a great racer, but when you come to these restrictor plates, he's actually not bad. So we'll keep an eye on him. Mark Delia up in 10th, Jacob Oliver in 9th, and right now it's just 2x2 pretty much. I mean, honestly, it's like 10, 12 rows deep right now.
At this point, it's pretty much who can get to the back bumper of the car that's in the lead and actually push their line further ahead. Right now, what I think is actually happening is that low lane is actually getting a better run into the corners, but that high lane, due to that side draft, is actually getting a little bit more of a run off of the corner and is starting to close up that gap. But once they get to that cleaner air, where the air is not being affected by that lead car on the inside, that outside lane is looking like it's starting to stall.
Yeah, and I mean, y'all see it right here. I mean, it's too wide, pretty much 12 rows deep here. And this is unbelievable racing right now. Lap 5 coming to lap 6. Everybody doing a really good job right now. Oh, somebody went way low there. It looked like maybe it was John Smeal. But really good racing.
Just a little bit of bumping
far.
gone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go where you got to go, you know?
Yeah, on top of that, you kind of want to be hugging up against the bumper of these cars. I don't think these are like the Cup cars where you can truly like lock bumpers to an extent. With that next gen car that we're going to be seeing on the Sunday over on ABN, where both of us are going to be racing. But it's going to be one of those things where you want to be as close as you can without actually touching, I think, with these vehicles. If you touch it, you run the risk of sending the car in front of you sideways through the grass, up the track in front of the pack. And everyone's kind of racing with respect right now. You got Miles Nelson looking to take the lead. It'll be his first race in Ignition, and he's actually looking to lead his first lap.
Yeah, he is definitely leading that outside right now. He's got a couple cars behind him. Looks like the 2 of Thomas Andrews and the 29/30 of Cody Riggs. I think that's the same car. And then the 3 of Noah Belleville out there on the outside. The 22 of Mark Delia, one of my drivers at Presidential Racing, up there on the outside as well. So good run up here, but right now it's kind of 2x2 and everything's kind of calm. I wouldn't say it's calm, Matthew, but it's definitely a calm before the storm, if you want to say that.
Oh, 1,000%. You've got drivers that are here to prove something. I'm going to go back to Miles Nelson again just for half a second. This is his 3rd or 4th race in ARCS with our community. He helped you and I with the 24-hour race at Daytona earlier this year. He did a race, one of the SNS races earlier in the calendar, and did the cutoff race at Martinsville. From what I remember, though, that first SNS race, I do think he got on a lot of drivers' bad sides.
Yep.
Just due to the fact that he was a little bit aggressive. Maybe he was a bit over-aggressive. I think he's starting to reel that back in, starting to learn that his aggressive, the way he was driving then is not really going to work for him. And I think you're seeing that now. He's trying to get that lead. You see that 2 car trying to stick to his bumper. He's also trying to go down and side draft off of LaJoy, maybe pull the car behind him just off his bumper a bit to slow him down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he is definitely, you know, I mean, everybody makes their own opinions of every driver, and yeah, Miles Nelson definitely kind of an aggressive driver, but he is up there. And now he's actually letting the 2 car go, so he's gonna go to the outside.
Looks like he's dropping back. Huh?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's got an issue going on right now.
And maybe he's trying to save some fuel. You know, we know that these drivers have to make it to lap 25 for the stage break, and maybe he knew, you know, hey, my fuel is not where I want it to be, so the 00 drops back, and maybe he's trying to save some fuel there, Matthew.
Definitely a better strategy. These people at the front of the pack, probably the first 4 or 5 cars in line on that top and bottom lane, they're all going full throttle. They're pretty much full throttle the entire way around the track. Especially if you see that bottom lane, 3rd to 4th in that line, there's a little bit of a gap where there was coming off of turn 4. It's closed up now. But this is one of those tracks where fuel management is really going to be bigger. You're going to be saving a lot more being at the back of the pack, as you can use 75% of your throttle pedal rather than having to have that thing pedal to the floor all the time. So these drivers up at the front, LaJoy, Bryn Roberts, Thomas Andrews, McBride, Riggs, Overstat, Belleville, Jacob Oliver, Delia, these are all drivers that are going to have to be worrying about fuel on whether they can make it to 25. I don't think they can.
Yeah, I don't think they can either. I think they're just hoping for a caution, honestly. I mean, you know, we watched Miles Nelson. He dropped back, and now he's in 24th. You know, that could be a godsend for him. He'll now be able to save that fuel, be able to make it maybe to the end of the stage. But you know, we're at a lap 11. And still got to get to lap 25 for these leaders, and I don't think these leaders can make it. Again, I have not been in an Xfinity car, so I don't know, you know, the fuel load, but I don't know that they can make it up there leading this pack here, as we're trying to go 3 wide in the middle of the pack, but everybody seems to be content with 2x2 for now anyway, as we come to lap 12 of 60.
Definitely. You got, who is that in that number 2? Thomas Andrews, we said it was?
Yep.
Oh, I'm used to seeing, I think I'm used to seeing him in a different number car. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, this is just one of those things where it's bide your time. Miles also probably dropped back, just not only just to save fuel, but to see how everyone else is racing, as somebody just hit the wall entering turn 1, just tapped it. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of damage to that car, but he's going to drop to the back of this big pack. But yeah, this is one of those things where you want to stay back, you kind of want to see how other people are racing and kind of gauge how big your aggression needs to be right now. we still have another 50-ish laps to go, just under. So it's going to be a longer race. The laps here are 50 seconds in the pack, so you don't want to be overly aggressive right now. Have to use one of your faster repairs because you ended up causing the big one.
Absolutely, as we see Patrick Allen is in 28th, Tristan Catania 29th. They're see if we can't get a look real quick at them. They're way back. There you see Patrick Allen Jr. on track, kind of by himself in 28th, and Tristan Catania by himself in 29th. So they're by themselves here, but that may be a good thing here, just as long as they don't go a lap down after the stage. They may save themselves a fast repair, depending
Heck,
on...
even if they do go down a lap, as long as it's before that stage,
Absolutely.
they run the chance. They got to get that lucky dog, though.
Absolutely.
But you also run the issue of, and I remember doing this at Daytona with my team owner Kerr in the Cup Series. I stayed out to get one of my laps back because I was involved in that massive accident that we had on like lap 3 or 4 or whatever it was, and couldn't pit during at the end of the second stage. So I stayed out, got my lap back, got back on the lead lap. Had to pit though because I only had like 5-ish laps after that stage. And from there, it was pretty much, alright, when the leaders catch me, I'll just, wherever they want me to go, I'll go. And then something happened with the leaders and the caution came out, and me and Kerr both got lucky.
Yep. That's all it
Unfortunately,
takes.
that didn't turn into too much luck, because I ended up spinning off Reynolds' bumper later in that race.
Yep.
in a one-car wreck that shouldn't have been a caution, but was.
Yep. That's restrictor plate races for you. It's always on the hip, so it's hard to determine what is and what isn't a caution. We got race control tonight up in the skies, but it's hard to make that decision, on the fly. It's never easy. Anybody that's been in a race control position, it's very difficult to make that decision, within seconds of what you have to do. But the lead pack's about to catch Tristan Catania, looks like, and that may make this thing a little spicy here coming to lap 16 of 60.
Well, they're catching Tristan right now. He's what, 5-6 seconds ahead of him right now, maybe? And then Patrick Allen is another, who knows, 5-6 seconds in front of him?
Yep.
So you've got a big problem right now between those two, is only one of them can get that lucky dog. The other one will have to take the wave around once this field catches them. So that might be a little bit of a fight that ends up causing an accident with all of these drivers that are still on the lead lap in this big pack.
Yeah, I mean, you see right there Tristan Catania on the backstretch. The pack is right there on him, and hopefully he stays high to stay out of the leaders' way. But then Patrick Allen Jr. will be the next car to go a lap down, as there you see the pack flies by the number 48 of Tristan Catania. He's going to go one lap down.
If I'm Catania right now, I'm not worried about those leaders. They're going to easily be able to see me. Even 3-4 cars back behind them, they're going to be right up behind the driver. I'm worried about the 6th car in line on back, that you can't see through the car in front of you. You don't know what's happening to the top, to the bottom. You're only focused on the bumper of the car ahead of you. So you go to pull out a line at the wrong time, all of a sudden there's a lap car there. You've either got to slam your brakes or hit him and wreck. That's the thing I'd be more concerned about, and Patrick Allen Jr. is going to have to deal with that right now as they catch up to him. They're probably going to get to him before about the tri-oval, I'd say.
Yeah, they're closing on him quick. That's the 45 of Patrick Allen Jr. He is, again, trying to stay on the lead lap, trying to get that lucky dog, but this lead pack is definitely catching him very, very quickly. Tristan Catania is already one lap down, so we'll see how these guys do as they come up to Patrick Allen Jr. here on the exit.
And Catania's tucked in behind that 27 car back in the 23rd spot. So if Patrick Allen Jr. can actually stay with the back of this pack, You see him on the apron right there. He's not going to be able to because he's actually slowed up a bit.
Yeah.
But had he been able to stay with the back of this pack, he could have actually gotten that lucky dog at the stage, been able to pit under that caution still, and possibly be a running in for this race. Now he's already 5, 6, 7 seconds back behind the pace, going 165 compared to Elrich at the back of the pack, who's going 190.
Yeah, really kind of strange move there by Patrick Allen, but he's going to be in dead last, 29th, 1 lap down. Lost the draft, and unfortunately Tristan Catania passes him, so Tristan will be your lucky dog candidate if it ends right now, but we're coming to lap 26, only about 5 or 6 laps left here in the stage, and everybody seems like they're okay with running where they are, but
That 45 can still get that lucky dog if 48 ends up in a wreck.
yeah, that's
or
true.
gets a 0x at the caution. That's another thing that needs to be watched out for.
Yeah, that's very true.
Another thing is we're coming to what, 6 to go before the stage? Those
Yeah.
top 10 might start getting a little bit more rowdy. On top of the fact, who knows how much longer they're going to be able to go on fuel.
Yeah, we really haven't touched on that. I mean, we saw Miles Nelson drop to the back. We think that it was for fuel saving. Obviously, we don't know. We're not in his, team headset, but that's what we have to think. So 17, the 9, 2, the 29 or /30 of Cody Riggs. Obviously, they've been up front a lot of this race, a lot of this stage. Do they have what it takes to make it to the end? It's gonna be fun to watch here as we come now. Oh, there's
and here comes some coming down into the pits toward the back of the pack.
Coming down pit road. Several people.
Who's that first gentleman to come down? It's Oberstadt. Steven Oberstadt, Jeremy Brielt, John Smeal, Patrick Oberstadt. I see Jonathan Adams in that pack. Ben Choate and Clayton Jones are going to be the drivers on pit road right now. I'm assuming all of them are only taking fuel. There's no reason to be taking tires this early.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
On top of that, new leader, Thomas Andrews. Or was a new leader until they came into 3.
Yeah, I mean now you gotta think like who's who can make it, who can't. I mean this is some serious strategy here. The 17 has been leading almost this entire 21, 22 laps now. I don't know if he can make it to the end.
This also could be an ordeal of give up the stage points right now and be leading the pack going into the start of the second stage. That could be with their play here as well. As much as you really don't want to be up toward the front until you have to, that could get them a little bit more used to being up there as Thomas Andrews jumps down to the bottom, leaving Cody Riggs up there on that high side and that Kevin Harvick 29, that's supposed to be a 30, car up on that outside line. But yeah, Ben Choate and Clayton Jones are working by themselves. They're going through the tri-oval right now. The rest of that pack, Smeal, Patrick.
Pitting.
Ooh, we got a lot. Oh, and some of them missed the pit road. Who's that in the grass?
Wow.
I see Alfie Sharon. That's the points leader. Oh no, wait, no, that's not the points leader. I'm an idiot. That is not Conover, not Reynolds. Jacob Oliver missed pit entry. And who was that other driver? Matthew Bounds, I think it was. So both of them are going to have penalties coming their way. Michael LaJoy and Clayton Jones also have black flags for them as well. Possibly speeding? I have no way to check, so.
Could be, yeah, we can't. Unfortunately, we cannot look at black flags, but no, Belleville now the leader with Jason Alexander. Oh, there's some more.
And here comes a few more down to the pit. Who is that going slow? Is that somebody serving a penalty?
Oh,
I believe that is.
The 2 of Thomas Andrews sideways. Wow.
Who was that? I believe that was Patterson that actually bumped him a bit right there. And Matthew Kent closed the entrance to the pit road this time, so the drivers that are still on track, Austin Mungold, Jason Alexander, Mark Delia, these drivers better have the fuel to make it.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to pit.
Absolutely. As we now go to Austin Mongold here on our view here, and he's right behind Jason Alexander and Mark Delia. So all three of these cars are trying their best to make it to the end of this stage. But can they make it?
These were all drivers that were towards the back of that pack. There's a chance they have enough.
Oh, they're pitting.
Oh, and two of them are pitting. That's going to be... Ooh. Two of those three. Mungold's the only one who stayed out. Clayton Jones and Jason Alexander are going to have penalties coming their way for that.
Yep.
Also, Jacob Oliver is currently the first car off the lead lap.
Yeah, Austin Mongold's going to go one more lap here by his lonesome in first place here.
He's actually very lucky for that. Where is the next car that's actually in a pack? LaJoy's by himself, just crossed the start-finish line. Steven Oberstadt is coming through the tri-oval right now. He's got two cars lined up behind him of Bren Roberts and Alfie Sharon, and then a big pack of single-file cars right behind him.
I think Austin's out of gas.
Oh, he is. He's going very, very slow. Yep. He did not have the fuel to make it.
Austin is out of gas here.
So I think we have our answer on how long he can make it.
Yeah.
He's going to have to pit this time, and that means that I believe Bren is going to be the first car to actually come in.
Yeah, Bren may win this stage here. No, Austin's going to go past the Wow.
He barely has enough. He's sputtering. Wow. He's actually speeding up right now, barely. He's going to barely make that, but he's going to have to tow back around.
Yeah, but he's going to win this stage. Austin Mongold's going to win stage 1. And again, this is only a stage. So Austin Mongold wins the stage, but at what cost there, Matthew? I mean...
I personally think that's a horrible call by Mongold.
Yeah.
I understand you want to get those stage points, but now what's going to end up happening? Dude's only going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah,
he's way off pace. Well, he's sputtering up and speeding up a little bit, so he could have just clutched in through 3 and 4. But either way, now everybody in front of him will have to let him back by, and if he does not catch him, that could be a possibility of black flags for every single one of them unless Matthew Kent decides to clear them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just heard over race comms from Smeal, Austin will need an EOL.
Yeah, that is definitely a questionable call. He gets the stage win. So 10 points to Austin Mongold for that stage win, but at what cost there, Matthew? That's what we're talking about. And he is
too big of a cost.
Yeah, he is coasting now. Not gonna make it back to his pit stall. Even if he does, he's gonna lose a lot of time. So. And
you're not talking about one of these people who are up in like the top 5 in points, where every point could matter. You're talking about someone who's down 16th in points coming into this race at 131 points. He's been averaging around that top 15 area. This was something where I guess he felt like he needed to get those points just to try and boost him up the standings, as that midfield is actually fairly well balanced between everybody. But this is going to cost him 2 laps minimum.
Mm-hmm. And he just towed, so he knew he couldn't make it, so he towed. Now he is sitting on pit road, now being scored in 29th place. So your stage 1 and only stage winner, Austin Mongold,
he's now probably out of this race.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, you got 23rd through 28th, 1 lap down. I mean, he is pretty much sealed his fate here.
The best thing for him would have honestly been to have pit while the pits were closed. He would have still probably gotten an EOL or whatever the penalty is for that, but he would still make it around. He still has a chance at possibly winning the stage, and he has the chance to pit now, top off his tank, and be able to run with everybody else, because everybody's topping off their tanks and possibly taking some tires if they feel they need them.
Yep. Absolutely. So definitely a missed opportunity for Austin Mongold in the number 60 car. He is still on pit road, so your stage one winner, Austin Mongold, is now being shown in 29th dead last,
Ooh, it looks
still
like
on pit
somebody had a
road. So
spin on pit road, actually. Couldn't tell who it was. As I'm trying to see who wins the race off pit road, it will be... I think it was McBride. He barely got Smeal there. I think he just barely beat him out. Very, very close between the two of them. But McBride with that first pit stall may have just inked him out
yeah, and there's actually
by a nose.
there's some cars that it looks like they may have stayed out. So Kerr, Riggs, Belleville, Andrews, Tyler Patterson, Mark Delia, Jason Alexander, John Smeal. Looks like they may have all stayed out. So that's interesting.
Bounds will be the only car that gets a wave around if they don't
Yeah,
pit right now.
yeah, Bounds is your first wave around.
Your only wave around.
Yeah, true. So hopefully Bounds can get that wave around and get back on the lead lap. But we'll take a short break here, and we'll be right back here with Green Flag Racing here in just a moment. Going live
Coming.
here. We're coming to Green Flag here. We got some controversy, maybe. Matthew, let us
The
know
way it
what we got.
looked from my point of view, as they were coming to the choose cone, what they were told in the driver's meeting is if you want to choose the inside, you go below that yellow line. If you want the outside, you stay up against that wall. Cody Riggs looked like he was in the middle of the track when they got past the start-finish line. Now, this is my point of view. I'm not race control. I'm not the person who can make the decision on that. That's what I saw. We've already seen Elrich George has been given an EOL. Mark Dealey has been given an EOL. And let's see. Let's see who else got an EOL. Bren Roberts is the other gentleman who got an EOL from the yellow line violation, or from the choose cone violation, I should say.
Yeah, it looks like Riggs is gonna keep his spot for now, so we're gonna come green. James Kerr is going to be your race leader. Cody Riggs is in second up there. Cody Riggs has the most ARCS starts with no wins. So everybody at home, you know, cheer for Cody Riggs. He is trying to get his first ARCS win here tonight.
And we just got a message of we are not going green.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Looks like Matthew Kent's going to be reviewing something. He may have seen something that he did not like. Maybe someone was in the pits?
Could be, could be.
So now they're going to have to let the pace truck back by, as the pace truck came out right behind them.
Yep.
First time I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah, that is a little weird. I don't know what happened there, but maybe somebody
From
was
the way
stalling
it
pit road or
sounded,
something.
they were talking about the 9 truck will need to be put on the inside. That's Bren Roberts, who is actually coming around through the tri-oval right now.
Yeah.
Tristan Catania is also coming out of the pits. Delia, Mungold, and Elrich George have been told to stay behind the 9 once he catches up, and the 9 has been told to stay to the inside line.
Interesting.
And Catania will be the last car on the inside row on this restart. So a little bit of confusion as we come to this green flag. Matthew Kent's trying to make sure everyone is in the correct order before that green flag is thrown. And when we get back to racing, we'll have exactly 30 laps to go.
Yeah, we still have 4 cars a lap down right now. Just changed on my screen, but Clayton Jones I saw was 1 lap down. Patrick Allen Jr. I know he was 1 lap down. Austin Mongold, your stage winner, was 1 lap down. And Tristan Catania, 1 lap down. So 4 cars battling for that lucky dog there, Matthew, as we come into green flag here with only 30 laps to go.
This is going to be a big fight, not only for these leaders, James Kerr and everybody else up in the front of this pack, but for that lucky dog spot if a caution does come out. You should start seeing the field actually ramp up a little bit with their aggressiveness as we're coming to green right now. Pace truck is starting to pull off. And I honestly expect to see maybe 1 or 2 more cautions, minimum.
Oh, yeah. I would say more, but yeah, I mean, now that we have 30 to go, once we get less than 25, you'll see it on the ticker there. It'll change to 25 to go. But James Kerr and Cody Riggs taking us to the green flag. We are green flag once again here at Talladega. This is the ARCS Ignition Series, sponsored by Scam Faction Apparel Company. Go to their website. It doesn't work, so have fun with
Scam
that.
Faction, Fake Feral Company.
Yep, whatever you got to do, whatever you got to say, go to Scam Faction Apparel Corporation.
Where they take your money for utter bullshit.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And look at Cody Riggs on that outside. He's looking to get by that Scam Faction car that James Kerr is driving in. Looks like he's going to be able to get by him. Does he jump down and possibly clear him, or does he stay up with Andrews, I believe that is, as another car? I think got a little bit of a bump and just got pushed down to the apron. I can't tell who that is.
Yeah, looks like Riggs right now staying to the outside. Got Thomas
That's
Andrews
gonna cost him.
right behind him. Kerr and Noah Belleville on the bottom. The 2 and the 3, they're on the same team as well as Riggs. Riggs is also on Bandit Racing, so it's hard to get lined up here. There's the 3 cars on the bottom working against those 2 top cars in the 29 and the 2.
Farley's a part of Bandit too, correct?
Correct.
If I'm remembering that correctly? Or am I wrong on that?
No, you are correct.
Briley actually made that scheme for Kerr last second for this race and actually asked him to race as a part of his team, as a part of their team with Bandit, not realizing that he was the owner of Black Acid. I find that kind of funny.
Yep. Hey, you know, partnerships work in the strangest of ways, but it worked out for Kerr and it worked out for Briley as they come 33 laps now out of 60.
Maybe Black Acid and Presidential can have a little bit of an alliance going into Sunday. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look at Kerr. Belleville doing an absolutely great job of pushing that car. It looks like he actually wants to jump up in front of Cody Riggs, though, but just can't clear him. He's trying to get that 75 far enough ahead to where he could actually jump up in front of his teammates and leave that 75 all by himself.
Yeah.
As much as he's my team owner, he needs to do everything he can to make sure that 3 stays behind.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, as soon as the 3 has an opportunity to get up there with his 2 teammates, you know, he's gonna do it. I mean, it's teammate racing until about 10 laps left, and then it's kind of everybody on their own. But no Belleville right now staying on the bottom, pushing Kerr, running in third, fourth position.
The other thing is I see John Smeal, the owner of the person running the ignition stuff for us, and Patrick Oberstadt on that outside, right behind those two in the front on that outside line. I wonder if they try to jump up and make a third lane.
Yeah, I would say with 10 to go, you'll definitely see it happen. Hopefully everybody right now stays two by two. It's just a little bit too early to be making moves, but you never know. I mean, when somebody gets a run, they may take it, and they may see what they can do on the outside or the inside or the middle, so we'll keep an eye on that.
And the amazing thing about this right now, every single car in our pack right now, we've only lost one car, Jacob Oliver, so far in this race, as he has looked to have left the race, probably after a little bit of the incidents that happened on pit road during those green flag stops. But everybody except for him, because of course he's not racing, are all in this pack. Every single one of them. Of course, you have a little bit of a scraggler with Patrick Allen, it looks like dropping to the very back of it. Elrich George is back there toward the back, Mark Delia as well. But there are a few drivers back there that are lagging behind, possibly looking at what's going on up here, possibly thinking they're racing a little bit too aggressive, or that they're about to get more aggressive.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Patrick Allen's back there in the back. He's kind of just cruising. We'll actually see if we can take a little cruise with Patrick Allen here.
Heck, I would say if I'm Patrick Allen, I need to be right up on the bumper of this pack.
Yeah, I mean,
even if it risks me getting in a wreck.
Absolutely, and there he is. I mean, you see, right now he's running in 28th place. Oh, we're getting.
Ooh, somebody just got shot down the track.
Ooh, we're getting dicey here.
A little bit of bumping gone wrong. 3 wide toward the middle of the pack, as I believe that's the pink, pink 40 car of Jonathan Adams up there on that outside line, all by his lonesome. He's going to get left. He's more than likely going to have to drop to the back of this pack. I believe that's Catania jumping up to possibly do a little bit of a so-called partnership right there.
Yeah.
Try to pull him back in. Now he's going to jump back in line.
We forget, ladies and gentlemen, the 74 of Jeremy Briault is in this field, and he is there right in the thick of things in that number 74 car. He is our reigning A-squared champion, and he's up here trying to make himself a race winner. As these drivers are just all over the place right now. Coming out of turn 4, they'll be coming to 23 to go here. This is getting intense.
Not only that, I see Smeal trying to make a move, trying to form that third lane. It looks like he's got enough to do it. It looks like he's going to put those 2 cars of Bandit Racing right in that pack. Catania coming up through the middle. He's going to try to help those Bandit drivers, possibly try to help them clear so he can jump in front of his owner. Right. Whoa, 3, 4, 5 cars spinning down the backstretch. One upside down.
Somebody's upside down. It's the 8 and the 28. Maybe Jeremy. Jeremy may actually went upside down. Nope, he's good.
Delia's involved in it.
Yeah, he did get involved.
Looks like Miles Nelson was involved.
Wow. What a wreck.
Briault was slow.
And look who your race leader is, John Smeal, in the Scam Faction green Ford Mustang. I don't know. He didn't give me a real name for it, but how about John Smeal?
He definitely made that. He made that move at just the right time. Ooh. Oh, whoa, whoa. Let's see what happened here. And I'm looking at it before you, more than likely. Ooh. The way it looks for this incident is it looks like it's a little bit of a lagging incident between Miles Nelson and Steven Oberstadt, as Oberstadt's car, for whatever reason, looks like it jumps up towards three-wheeling down the road, almost like a trophy truck.
Yeah, let's see here if we can't go to the previous crash.
Oh my god. You might want to take a ride on with Jeremy Briault if you can. That'll be a wild ride.
We'll take a ride here with let's Let's go along with the 74. We'll go in his cockpit and see what he sees here. Coming out of the trial, we'll hear everybody just pushing. And oh, Jeremy gets hit. Looks like he gets. Oh man.
He didn't get hit. It was a net code.
Well, let's go back here. Let's see what we can find out here.
So there was first net code between Miles Nelson and Steven Overstat, then a little bit of net code between Zach McBride and Jeremy Brialt, it looks like, and then they touch, and for whatever reason, it just kicks Brialt's rear end 2 feet into the sky.
Oh yeah, Jeremy gets a little bit of contact with Miles Nelson and clears him. Then he's clear.
And of course,
then he's clear.
Miles Nelson's got nowhere to go in this.
Oh yeah, definitely some net code. Oh yeah, big net code. Big. Oh, and Jeremy gets it again and again.
Oh, and that driver that went over, that was Miles Nelson that went over once.
Oh well, let's see what we can see from Miles Nelson then. If the old 00 went over, let's take a ride with the Speed Master Ford Mustang here. There you see a little bit of net code with Jeremy. Keeps it going. Staying in the middle. And here is where the net code takes over. And there's the 00. Yep. Flips it one time. Keeps it going. And
I give that flip a 10.
10 out of 10. Absolutely. Good flip.
Heck yeah. Started on his side, landed on his wheels.
Absolutely. He is now on pit road, so
probably going to use that fast repair right now.
Yeah, I would think he would almost have to here. Showing Cody Riggs as the leader right now. He's got 2 cars in front of him. Not sure if they're wave rounds or not, but showing Cody.
You said Riggs is the leader?
Yes, that's what it's showing. I don't know.
Mongold and Patrick Allen Jr. are right in front of him, so they're going to get their laps back. That means the only person we're going to have that's a lap down will be Clayton Jones. No more scam faction.
Yep.
I just
faction.
Look over at the chat.
Scam faction apparel. Here live in the flesh, as it's saying Cody Riggs went down pit road, but he's obviously not down pit road. So, let's see here. Let's try and get a word with Cody Riggs here, if we can find him. I got him. Let's see if we can have a word with Cody Riggs. Cody Riggs, this is Ryan Pennell in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you're out there up front at number 29/30. Car's looking fast tonight, buddy. I tell you, man, I'm your biggest fan tonight. Trying to get your first win in ARCS. I tell you what, man, I'd have a beer with you as soon as you win this race. Tell us about your race. I know we're about to go green, but I won't keep you too long. What you think, bud? You got a shot?
Yeah, I think I definitely do, especially with I've had my teammates around me a lot tonight, and kind of got a little alliance going with B-Tron, and they're right here with us, and just been out here gripping the wheel and pedal to the floor, man, just hoping for the best, trying to stay clean. It's been a good race so far, so hopefully we can keep it up here and finally get that W next to my name.
Hell yeah, buddy. I'm rooting for you, and good luck. You got 20 to go, and go get that thing, bud.
Yes, sir. We're going to try. I appreciate it.
All right. See you, man.
See ya.
Looks like we have another choose cone violation. Mr. Zach McBride
Ooh.
is going to be the driver that moves to the back of the pack. Also, I didn't notice this. Tommy Reynolds driving a familiar paint scheme. I've seen that paint scheme somewhere else. On another gentleman who is super quick.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was Aiden. I did not realize that that was Tommy Reynolds. I really didn't. I was
From what? So where is Aiden?
so
That
Aiden is not racing. Aiden is not racing tonight. Tommy Reynolds is in the 62 car. It's showing him as the 29. Obviously, that threw Cody Riggs off of his number. So Cody Riggs being scored as the 30. He's actually in the 29. Tommy Reynolds being scored in the 29. He's actually in the 62. So 2 new numbers out here getting ready to try and win this thing. That's
Well,
new
more
to
so
me.
the reason I ask where's Aiden is because his points have been zeroed out. So I didn't know if he wasn't racing with us anymore on Friday nights or what was going on there. Anyway, we're going green. Cody Riggs. Great jump. He's got that number 9 right behind him, trying to push him, trying to get him in front of that 62. And I'm just going to call it the 62 rather than the 29 or 30 or whatever iRacing is using.
Yeah, that's fine. 62 of Tommy Reynolds. Didn't even realize it was Tommy Reynolds. Thought it was Aiden Norman, but I'm glad you pointed that out. Yeah, 62.
We were going to get to the end of this race. Reynolds was going to somehow win, and you were going to say, and Aiden Norman wins another one.
I really was. I'm not even going to lie. I thought Aiden Norman was in that car, but nope. Tommy Reynolds in that 62 is John Smeal pushing him and James Kerr as James Kerr and Tommy Reynolds leave him to dry. Look at that 41 of Patrick Oberstadt up there. Got a good run in that 41 car here as we come to 18 to go.
The thing is, though, that 13 has done very good being the leader of the pack. Oh, big one! One in the wall!
Wreck.
Upside down over into the catch fence!
Caution's out.
What in the world happened there? Mark Delia on his roof sliding to the line.
Oh.
He's trying to pull a Clint Boyer.
Let's see if we can't go back here.
What in the world happened here?
Yeah,
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye.
I did too. I saw it kind of as we were going with the leaders. I heard you say something, and I kind of looked up and I saw that, but I didn't know.
Looks like a 3-wide Choate, Delia, and Andrews. Andrews in the middle, Delia on that outside. Andrews and Delia end up touching. Andrews slides down the track, hits Delia, or hits him Choate,
Yeah, Delia.
and he goes straight up into Delia and hits him at just the right angle to flip him.
Here we're riding along with Mark Delia.
I'm telling you, he tried to pull a Clint Boyer.
Oh, yep. Oh, with the 54. Yep, 54-2. And the 22 gets the worst end of the deal. He's riding on his roof there. Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's just a racing incident. The way it looks from my point of view, he's trying to stay behind that 15, I believe that is, right in front of him of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thinks Andrews is maybe half a car length down from where he is, so he's not expecting him to be there. And then once he touches him, he's just got nowhere he can go. He's just going to be along for the ride when Choate comes up. Wild ride.
Yeah, and the 22 still sitting on pit road in 26th. Miles Nelson in 27th. Jason Alexander and Jacob Oliver both out of this race in 27th and 28th. So that puts I believe that puts John Smeal up front.
Smeal's our leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tommy Reynolds second, Patrick Oberstadt in third. I know Smeal and Oberstadt have been working together. I bet you they're talking right now about what lane they're going to pick.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see if we can get a word with John Smeal here real quick. Let me see if I can't drag him up here. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll see. I gotta... We're gonna work on it here. We'll get John Smeal here in a second.
As we look at it, Clayton Jones is going to get his lap back. So he will be back on the lead lap. Delia will be a lap down. And Alexander, Nelson, and Oliver are all out of this race. Well, Miles Nelson is still in the session. He might come back.
He could.
But he's going to be 4 laps down right now when he does.
All right, here we go. I got it figured out. John Smeal, this is Ryan Pennell in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Man, you're leading this thing. 17 to go. You got Scam Faction on the car tonight. What do you think, bud? You gonna be looking in your mirror here in these last 15, 16 laps?
Well, I got my teammate in the 41 behind me, and he's been a hell of a pusher. So twice he's pushed me to first as the caution's coming out. So we're gonna stick with the team mentality and see if I can't keep the number 13 here out front and get myself a win.
Looks like you've also got 2 people cheering you on in the chat. Got anything you want to say to those 2?
Yeah,
Real
I'm
quick?
sure that would be my wife and my dad. So keep watching. You're in for a show, to say the
Your
least.
2 biggest fans.
Maybe the 2 only, but
Hey,
Um,
that's all that matters.
yeah, it's going to be a show no, regardless. So we'll kind of see how it goes.
All right. Good luck, buddy, and we'll be cheering you on here in the broadcast booth.
All right, thanks,
Stay
fellas.
safe and try not to take to the sky.
Yeah, we'll keep it on the floor. 4 on the floor.
All right. See you, bud.
I'm gonna go ahead and
See
knock
ya.
on wood for you because I said that.
Please do.
I just did. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him.
Hopefully not. He is choosing here. He's going to choose the inside. Good choice.
Ooh,
there.
Tommy Reynolds chooses the inside with him.
Wow.
He's gonna split up him and Oberstadt. Kerwin to the outside, and Michael Joy looks like he's gonna be that first car on the outside behind him.
That may have been a strategy there by Reynolds. You know, he was trying to break those teammates up. But again, you know, Tommy Reynolds is he's kind of got a little bit of an alliance to B-Tron, so nothing crazy to see there. So I'm not, you know, I kind of see that coming, but we'll see what happens here. It's we'll be going green with 15 to go actually here at Talladega. So this is gonna get intense here, Matthew. I'm kind of getting my voice ready because I know with the last 5 laps we would be hollering and screaming here. So let's get ready to call these last 15 laps.
Also, just so you know, Smeal's running his Smeal Racing designed logo car, not the Scam Faction today.
Scam Faction, it's all the same, you know. Kerr's got the Scam Faction. It's hey, Scam Faction.
Everybody's running Scam Faction to us.
Exactly. Scam Faction, you know, look them up on Facebook. Oh wait, they don't exist because they deleted all their stuff. Yeah.
I mean, look at that Scam Faction whaling car, 2nd place on that inside line.
Yeah,
That Scam Faction Goodwrench car, 3rd on the outside line.
Hey, Scam Faction.
Keep going back
all,
through the back
yeah,
of the.
they're everywhere you look. It's great. It's great to see.
That Scam Faction Altel car run by that number 12. I think he's currently 5th in line on that outside right now.
Mm-hmm.
As that pace truck starts to pull off, I think those drivers are starting to get a little bit of butterflies.
Yep.
16 to go. A good portion of drivers pitted on lap 39, so more than likely they're going to be able to make it to the finish if no green-white checkers.
Yep, they'll definitely be
And
able
this
to
is
make
about
it.
to get crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna get nuts as we have one car. Looks like Dale Markowski blinking a little bit. Green flag's out once again here at Talladega Super Speedway. The ARCS
Smeal gets a
Ignition
great
Series.
jump.
Yeah, good jump by Smeal.
Maybe too good of a jump. That might be a little bad if Tommy Reynolds decides he wants to jump to that outside, as he's got Kerr cleared.
We'll see what he does.
Let's
here.
see what happens.
Nope.
Looks like he's going to stay in the line for now. He's probably going to wait for that 75 to start getting the run.
He's gonna stay inside.
Ooh. Matthew Bound changing lanes before the start-finish line.
Ooh, you hate to see that.
And it looks like Kerr is going to be the driver who takes the lead as they go through 3 and 4. Smeal trying to fight back on that inside line, being pushed by Tommy Reynolds rather than his teammate.
Yeah, that is not his teammate at all, but Tommy Reynolds pushing him here as we come to 14 to go here at Talladega Motor Speedway.
Sometimes, though, you can make them. I mean, look at Kerr. His teammate is 4th on the inside line. He's not just going to jump out of line to help him. He's going to try to lead that outside line.
Absolutely.
If his teammate can get up to him, then maybe he tries to jump out of line and help, as Mike LaJoy is all over the back bumper of that 75.
Yeah, I mean, with 14 to go. You know, teammates are kind of out of the question. I mean, it's every driver for themselves here. As we're coming to 13 to go, you got the 13 of John
Kowski blinking a
Smeal.
little bit more.
Yeah, I saw that. 13 leading the inside row, and 75 of James Kerr leading the outside row, coming to 13 to go here. Now there's a third line there, Matthew.
Noah
This is gonna get
Belleville leading
intense.
it with that number 9 of Bren Roberts right behind. I know Bren Roberts is fast. I pushed him to the lead at our 250 race. And look at Mike LaJoy. He's going to jump up there and try to take the top lane off of Belleville.
Oh, the 9 gets
big
around.
wreck.
Oh, the 9 goes around.
9 is around. That's going to be a caution.
Yep, caution is
Smeal's
out.
going to be our leader again. Kerr's going to be second. I believe it should be Mike LaJoy in third, and Tommy Reynolds should be fourth.
Yeah, let's see if we can't take a look. I know it was the 9 car that got involved in that. So we'll swap to the 9 car and go to the previous crash here. Back it up just a little bit.
It looked like a bad bump from my angle.
Yeah, yeah, it was just a bad bump from the 8 of Alfie Sharon Jr. And then he just turned him, and that was all it took. It involved the
Hell,
9.
you're in that gap.
Yeah.
Oh, and one of your drivers is involved again.
It's just typical, you know.
I mean, this point of the race, you get someone sideways, you pretty much just drive right through them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunately, Alfie never cleared him, so...
Yeah, never did. Never cleared him. Never
Never let up.
Never let up. You know, just... I mean, at this point, you can't. You gotta stay in it. You gotta hope to make it through and do what you can.
He just had in his head the little Jimmy Broadbent, never give up. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
No, absolutely. I know what you mean. Let's see here. Tommy Reynolds is not in the Discord. So hell, let's see if we can't talk to old Jimmy Kerr. Let's bring him in here. James Kerr, this is Ryan Pennell in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, I do.
And you're running third right now. You're behind Smeal and Reynolds. You got, I mean, when the green comes out, you'll probably have about 11, 10, 11, 9, something to go. What do you got to do to get that 75 car in victory lane?
I honestly think just keeping it clean, and we made kind of an alliance here with Bandit, so for one of us are going to win this thing, hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, I know the 62, I'm used to having Aiden Norman in that 62, but it's got Tommy Reynolds in it tonight, so that's been a little different. I'm sure it's probably different for you too, but you got one hell of a race car with the Scam Faction Apparel company on there, so appreciate you running that scheme, and good luck, bud. I mean, we're cheering for you, and we hope to hear from you here at the end of the race.
I appreciate it.
All right, well, good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
And as we're 2 to green right now, we just saw Miles Nelson get one of his laps back as he came around the outside line. Good for him that he's back in this race, but 3 laps behind, he's going to need another 3 cautions to get back on that lead lap, and if we go 3 cautions, we're going into overtime.
Well, I would say he's got a good shot, because Aaron Conover is 1 lap down. He's, Miles Nelson 3 laps down. I would say cautions are not done for the night there, Matthew.
Ooh, I completely forgot about Conover. I didn't even think I thought he was on the lead lap.
No.
So that means Conover's got to get his lap back first, then
Absolutely.
Miles can get the final 3 laps back. So he needs 4 cautions, which would be the 2nd overtime, I'm pretty sure, at this point.
Yeah, he's definitely behind the 8 ball. But yeah, Aaron Conover is 1 lap down. Thomas Andrews, Alfie Sharon, and Clayton Jones, all 3 on pit road right now. Hopefully, they can get off pit road before we go green. But John Smeal, your race leader. Tommy Reynolds in 2nd. James Kerr in 3rd. Mike LaJoy in 4th. And Cody Riggs in 5th. Again, I'm a huge fan of Cody Riggs. The dude's been racing in ARCS for a long, long time. And I would love love to see him get his first win in ARCS. It's he's been grinding, and a lot of people don't have wins, but they only have 20, 30 something starts. Cody Riggs has over 100 starts and no wins here in ARCS. So would love to see that number 29/30 get his first win tonight here at Talladega. But choose cone has happened, and we'll be going green with 9 to go here, Matthew.
This is gonna be very good. We already know that the level of competition has skyrocketed. Tommy Reynolds decided again to stay behind Smeal. Kerr picked the outside. Michael LaJoie's right behind him. But the 2 cars behind those 2 on that outside, both Bandit drivers. With that 29 of Cody Riggs and that 3 of Belleville. 29-30 technically, but
Yeah, same thing.
whatever. It's just that the graphics are wrong.
Exactly. It's just a technical error. But yeah, I mean those 2 drivers.
You took some shrooms before you started watching this stream. Now all the numbers are messed up.
I wish I did, but I didn't. But here we are. But yeah, the 29 and the 3, obviously, again, they're teammates. They're in the same chat. They know when they go, and they may jump to the outside and make it 3 wide. We'll have to see here as we come green. It'll be 9 to go here as we come green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. ARCS Ignition, sponsored by Scam Faction Apparel Company. If you want a shirt, don't order it from them because they won't get it to you. Here we go, green flag racing.
They'll just steal your money.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in all things considered, when it comes to a third line, I think Belleville's actually going to jump out first. I think Belleville actually did really well with that third lane. Once he jumped up, they got a lot of momentum. So I think Belleville being at the front of that third lane might actually be the best bet. So who knows if 29 car is actually going to allow Belleville to go ahead and get in front of them.
Absolutely. As we come to the green flag once again here. There'll be 9 laps to go here as the green flag flies once again here at Talladega Super Speedway. John Smeal gets a great jump on the inside. The 75 of James Kerr leads the outside row. The 62 of Tommy Reynolds right behind the 13 of John Smeal. We'll see who tries to push it 3 wide here as we come out of turn 1 and 2 on the back straightaway.
I don't think they're going to be doing it 3 wide quite yet. We're going to have to wait a lap before you start seeing 3 wide moves. They just don't have the momentum coming off the restart. And look at that outside lane. It's actually lost a bit of its groove. Kerr just... I don't know if that's people back behind the Kerr just didn't get the same jump. 1 car spinning down to the inside. Oh, pancake the wall.
Yep, just 1. We're going to keep it green.
Who was that? That was Ben Choate.
Ben Choate loses it. We're going to keep it green here. Coming to 8 to go here at Talladega Super Speedway. The 13 of John Smeal is your race leader. The 62 of Tommy Reynolds on your inside. The 75 of James Kerr on the outside. Patrick Allen Jr. trying to make a third line there. Back in the back of the pack. But he's not going to have anything going there as we have 8 to go here at Talladega.
Here's where you're going to start seeing that third line getting made. Who's going to be the first person to actually jump out in line? Patrick Allen did it earlier, but unfortunately he does not have the momentum back there to really actually do it. That's Cody Riggs in that 29, my bad. Cody Riggs squeezing up to the back of Michael LaJoie. Does he decide to jump out of line? Doesn't look like he will quite yet. Belleville, I think he's actually going to be the first person to truly get out of line, but we're not seeing it yet.
Too early still here with coming to 7 to go. The 13 of John Smeal trying to get his first win in ARCS as well. The number 13 in the Scam Faction Ford Mustang here as James Kerr's on the outside. The 62 of Tommy Reynolds pushing the 13. Now 7 to go here at Talladega Motor Speedway. That outside line, Matthew, got a really good run here. We'll see what they do coming out of turn 1 and 2.
Kerr's got all the momentum coming out of the corner, but once he gets to the point where he's actually getting that clean air and is no longer relying on the side draft of Smeal, that's where that top lane's starting to stall out. That's where he needs that push from Mike LaJoie. Cody Riggs and Noah Belleville behind. It doesn't look like he's truly getting it right now. They're even as they head into turn 3. Nah, he ain't got it. He's not going to be able to clear down in front. Maybe if he gets a good bump from LaJoy right here, but I really don't see it happening. We're still 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2.
2 by 2, 6 rows deep, 7, 8, 9 rows deep now. As the 13 is now losing a little bit of speed. The 75 gets a good run. The 17, the outside row now has a good run on the outside here. But now the 13 of John Smill gets that good run into the corner. That's what that inside line will do. Gets a really good run on the inside. Oh, the 13 goes
Kerr
up.
might have just blown his only chance.
Wow, the
He
13
didn't take that inside line when he had it. 13 and 62 both came up to try and block that outside line. My bad for cutting you off, by the way.
You're good. The 13 and the 23, or 62.
Oh, and look at this. Patrick Oberstadt on that inside line. He's getting a massive run. He's going to go and take the lead as they head into turn 3.
Oh, we got the 75 of James Kerr. Oh, there's
a
wreck.
Big wreck. There we go.
Yep,
there it is.
There's the wreck.
James Kerr's involved. I see that 15 of Matthew Bounds involved. I see one of those Bandit cars involved. I believe that's the 29 of Cody Riggs that's involved as well.
Let's see if we can't see here. There's no, that's 75. 29 of Tommy Reynolds. Yeah.
Ooh, that was Brielt shooting up the track. He hit LaJoy.
Yeah, it looks like
Side drafting off of Elrich. Mike LaJoy kind of comes down to try and get behind Belleville, it seems.
yeah, just
And then Elrich just slightly comes up.
Hard wreck, and looks like Jeremy definitely was involved in that as her riding along with Cody Riggs. He gets in it. He gets in the 74, 75, and then a couple other cars hit Cody Riggs, and that's gonna probably take his fast repair, unfortunately.
If he hasn't already used it.
Yeah.
We know Kerr should be fine. He has not had to use his fast repair yet. Hasn't been involved in any big incidents. Michael Joy as well. He's been up there toward the front of that pack. Patrick Oberstadt. I nearly said Stephen Oberstadt for some reason. Patrick Oberstadt, our race leader. Zach McBride behind, and John Smeal behind him. So, when we get to this choose cone, does McBride decide to stay behind Oberstadt?
So, very good question here.
On top of that, here's someone we haven't talked about a lot. He's in 4th place right now. Tristan Catania.
Oh, yeah. Man, I tell you, he's one of the best at just sticking around, being there when it matters the most, and sometimes
even better news for you, Elrich in 8th.
Hey, yeah, I would love one of my drivers to come home with a top 10 or even a top 5. So let's see if we can't find. Let's see here, Patrick Oberstadt. Yeah, let's pull Patrick Oberstadt in here for a quick little interview here as he's leading this thing. Patrick Oberstadt, this is Ryan Pinnell in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, you're up there. You're leading this thing. You got 4 to go. What do you think, man? You gonna make your bumper a couple lanes wide here?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it as wide as the track is, man. But my heart's beating out of my chest, and I got my teammates behind me, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh, absolutely, bud. Well, good luck to you, and we won't keep you too long. I know y'all got Choose Cone coming up, but we're cheering for you, bud, and good luck. Try and get that W, bud.
All right, thank you, boss.
Yep. All right.
I'm actually trying to look up now who that 28 is loyal to, and it doesn't look like he's a part of any team. He might try to split. English is hard. Split those two up.
Yeah. You are correct. Zach McBride is actually in a chat.
He's on his own team
all by himself. Well, he does have Alyssa Sharp with him in that chat, but Alyssa Sharp is in 10th, and Zach McBride is doing pretty well himself. So good to see him up there with really no teammates. That's tough to do.
Well, here's another big thing. 2 black acid drivers. As much as Kerr was just involved in that wreck, he's now in front of his ignition driver, Dale Markowski. Maybe those two can work together and make a charge through the field in the final 2 laps.
Absolutely.
It'd be a long shot, but it can happen. This is a wild card race. Anything can happen.
It can happen for sure. So, well, we're let's see here. Looks like they're not choosing. No, they are. Oh, let's see here.
They'll be choosing this time. They should
Yep.
be.
Yeah, looks like. Oh, the 28 goes to the outside.
McBride
so,
goes high.
all right,
Neil stays
so-
with his teammate. Catania goes high as well.
Well, now that we chose, let's have a quick word with Zach McBride here. Zach McBride, this is Ryan Pinnell in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. You're starting second here. I know we're about to go green, so I won't keep you long. But what do you got to do to get this win here, buddy?
Just survive. I think if I keep facing the forward direction here, we should be okay. But I don't know. It's going to go 3 wide very, very quickly.
Oh, absolutely.
The other thing is you've really got no teammates in this race. You got anybody that you're possibly looking to work with as we come down to these final 2 laps?
At this point, I don't think anybody's working with anybody, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
You say that the 2 to your inside are teammates.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, adds a little
And
bit
then
of dynamic to it. I've had a little
And then
bit
to
of
make it
tunnel
even
vision
worse,
here.
the 2 behind them are teammates.
All right, so what you're saying is get out and block the line of teammates.
There you go. Do it, bud. All right, we'll let you get back to it here. Good luck, buddy, and hopefully we talk to you here soon.
All right, sounds good, guys. Thanks.
All right, that was Zach McBride. Second place, here we go, green flag racing. We're going to have 2 laps to go here, Matthew. This shit is about to get crazy.
You got yourself a driver to walk for these fools?
Yeah, I do.
Who's your driver?
I'm going to go with John Smeal. That's a buddy of mine. I think he can get it done. We'll see what he can do here.
I'm actually going to go with Peltier Sharp down in 10th right now.
Hey, good pick there. She's very good. I mean, of course, I want Eric Georgia Knight to come up here and win this thing, but you know, we'll see what happens here as we go green flag. Once
That Elrich would have been my second driver to watch.
Hey, he's fast. He's good at restriction plates as we go green flag once again here at Talladega Motor Speedway.
Oberstadt gets a great start.
Yeah, really good
Smeal
start.
right behind him. McBride looks like he didn't get as much of a push from Catania behind him. He's going to drop back massively as they head into turn 1. And Catania's going to jump to that inside. He's going to leave McBride by himself.
Yep.
Now he's got Belleville behind us. Belleville
he
decided to
goes
stay
back
with
up.
him. Oh, he said, "No, I want to lead this. I want to lead this outside line." It looks like Steven Oberstadt is actually saying, "No, I want to lead this line."
What a damn race!
Here comes,
Oh.
here comes Catania. Looks like a little bit out of shape behind him. He's going to lose a little bit of stuff. If he can actually stick to the side as close as he can be to those drivers in the lead, he won't lose as much speed, but he's got to hug them. He's got to hug him like you
big
hugging
wreck.
your teddy
That's
bear.
gonna-
Oh,
that's gonna
big
be the
wreck, 2 on the
caution.
back
Yep.
straight. Nope, it's
There.
going to be 3.
That's going to be the caution right there.
Somehow it's only 3. That's going to mean green-white checker to overtime. How many of these drivers can actually make it on to overtime? I think everyone's going to need to pit for fuel.
Yeah, it's got to be close.
Who were the 3 involved in that?
It looks like the 32 may have been involved. We'll see if we can't get a real quick check on him.
You got that right. McBride was the other one. Markowski, McBride, and the third driver around was Jonathan Adams.
Just talked to the 28 of Zach McBride. It's
Ooh.
a commentator's curse, I guess. Yep.
Take yourself a look at Take yourself a look at Miles Nelson's onboard right there.
Let's go back and see. Looked like it was definitely the 18 of Alyssa Sharp that may have caused that. Right along with the 00 of Miles Nelson, there you see wrecking, and he just goes right on through.
He got very lucky.
Very, very lucky. Let's take a look at the 18 of Melissa Sharp.
Yeah, Peltier Sharp just hooked that 28 on the left side. It seems like these ignition cars don't like that left side getting touched.
Yeah, they really don't. See it here. Oh, yep, she goes in the middle here, and then just, closes. She did lift a little bit right there, but right here, I think this is where she kind of sends. Yep, there she sends the 28. And the 40 of Elric George involved as well. That's my car. Hate to see that. I'm going to have to write a big
40
check for that.
The 40 ain't your car.
Oh, I thought the 40 was... Oh, I can't keep up with Elric George. He changes numbers too much.
You literally said at the beginning of this race that he's racing your number.
Yeah, he's normally in the 40, so... But whoever was in the 40 got...
That was Jonathan Adams.
Absolutely screwed. Sorry for Jonathan Adams in the 40 slash...
Yeah.
Not 40, because that's not what he scored as in the iRacing, so...
That Victoria's Secret vehicle car, just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, he's actually in the 42 on iRacing, so... You know, if we could
Trading Paint says that's the 40. Looks like McBride's actually going to be out of this race as his engine is gone.
If we could get these guys and girls to run the number that they say they're going to run, then it would be a little bit easier for us, but...
You're going to have to get on Smeal for that next week.
Yeah, I'll have to send out a notification.
And I think we're actually coming to one to go under yellow this time by. It'll be... They're either at 2 to go or 1 to go. I'm sorry, 3 to go or 2 to go. I have no idea which. Listening to this banter is actually quite funny. Even though I've got it turned off.
Yeah, I got it turned all the way off, and maybe I should turn it on just so all the viewers can hear all these.
Yeah, then you hear some stuff and you're like, ooh, gotta apologize for that. Yeah, I've literally got enable voice chat off and I still hear it.
Yeah,
I guess I have to exit the server before I'm allowed to listen.
We're rated R, but you know, there's some stuff that even rated R doesn't allow. So.
Good question. What does the R stand for?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
I have one idea, but I don't think I can say it on a Twitch or YouTube stream.
Yeah, same here.
Then again, I call myself this word all the time.
Me too, but I don't think it's good for Discord or Twitch chat as they're making the choose
coming
here.
this time.
Yep.
Patrick Oberstadt, John Smeal, and Tommy Reynolds all on that inside line. Tristan Catania, the first one on that outside.
Ooh.
And
Good
who
call
is
there.
that behind him? Steven Oberstadt.
That's Steven Oberstadt.
Hold up.
That's old Patrick.
Aren't Steven and Patrick brothers?
They are, yeah.
We've got to have a Kurt v. Kyle style moment right here. Something's about to happen between these two brothers. I can already see it. In fact, it'd be funny if we can pull them both in at the same time, but nah, they better go green.
Yeah.
Let them focus.
Yeah.
We better be having wildness on this one.
If we get another caution, we'll try and pull somebody else in here, but...
If we get another caution, have we talked to Patrick, or no?
Yeah, we talked to Patrick earlier, yeah.
Pull Steven Oberstadt in, and then pull Patrick back in after. That should be what we do. Given they're not involved in any wrecks.
We'll see here. So we're going to go green here. This is our first attempt at a green-white checkered. We got 3 attempts, so...
And Elrich has requested Peltier Sharp be a little gentle in the corners.
Ooh.
So...
She must be pushing just a little too hard in those corners. You don't want to push in the corners because you will wreck the car in front of you. So
heck, this is one of those. We got 2 to go though. The only thing is we have 2 more attempts at a green-white checkered. Should we need them? You think we make it around to the white flag?
Nope. No way.
No confidence.
No way. Yeah, I think everybody's just going to try and, make moves here. I
Pace
mean,
pulling off.
yeah, I think we'll get to the back straightaway, but then I think on the back straightaway, I think we'll have a pretty big wreck. But yep.
I think we'll get off 3 and 4, and then we'll have the big wreck coming through the tri-oval.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something where our race control is going to have to hit that button really, really quick.
Yeah.
Or else he's going to miss the chance. And, ooh,
Absolutely.
look at Steven Oberstadt holding back off the bumper of Tristan Catania. Great jump by Patrick Oberstadt and John Smeal, though.
Good jump by the inside
If I'm Catania,
line.
I should jump down.
He's going to stay up. He's going to stay on the inside.
He's got no room now. Oh, Steven Oberstadt's got to push him if they want to do anything right here.
Oh, Boss goes to the bottom. Eric George in that 12 car goes to the bottom. Outside line just really has no momentum right now. Everybody going to the inside.
Oh, and that 60 goes below the yellow. Jumps up right in front of Jeremy Brield, I believe that was. They're 3 wide coming down the backstretch.
Oh, 3, 4 wide.
Oh, no, we're 4 wide.
4 wide coming into 3 and 4.
Patrick Oberstadt still the leader. John Smeal second. And, of course, we've got Tommy Reynolds in third. 4th place is that 60 truck. Elrich George pushing him right behind him. Coming through the tri-oval. Are we going to make it to the white flag? I think the answer is going to be yes.
Yep, we're going to make it
Last
to the
lap.
white flag here. That's the third.
Patrick Oberstadt still holding that lead.
Oh,
there goes Peltier Sharp. Elrich George involved. Tristan Catania up and over. Another car up and over. Massive accident as they come through. Only like 5 cars are even going to make it to the finish.
The whole field was just involved in that. We're going back to the front here as the 41's battling the 13 of John Smeal. They're coming to the checkered flag here.
Smeal has taken the lead now, and he's going to jump down in front of Patrick Oberstadt to make sure Tommy Reynolds doesn't get a run.
Jeremy gets a run on the outside. Patrick going to the outside. They're going to be, oh my
Patrick
God.
Oberstadt.
Wide. Oh,
there goes Smeal. Are they going to touch the teammates? No, he's not. He's coming down the tri-block. Steven Oberstadt. Steven Oberstadt's going to get behind. 60 gets spun. 74 around. Patrick Oberstadt's going to win it.
Patrick Oberstadt gets the win.
And they're going to wreck after the flag.
Wow. What a finish. Patrick Oberstadt, your race winner. John Smeal comes home in second. Tommy Reynolds and that number 29 machine comes home in third. Steven Oberstadt, Patrick's brother, comes home in fourth. Jeremy Brialt in fifth. Aaron Conover, we didn't even talk about him all night long. He comes home in sixth. Matthew Bounds, he was a lap down. He finished in seventh. Thomas Andrews in eighth. Cody Riggs in ninth. And Clayton Jones in 10th place.
Shall we take a look at these 2 wrecks on the last lap before we start bringing in the top 3?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can't take a look here.
So, the way it looks, Peltier Sharp was actually pushing Briald in that middle lane, and Oberstadt came a little too high. Peltier Sharp went low trying to side draft Elrich, and they just made contact.
Yeah, we're taking a look at it now. We'll go chase here as we. Oh, that is not the 18. There's the 18, and yep. Oh, actually got touched by the 03 of Steven Oberstadt, and then there you see just the mayhem behind her, and she was actually able to keep going, as well as the 16 of Aaron Conover. 29.
How about the flips by Catania? And Kerr was the other driver that went around. And Jonathan Adams had a wild ride as well. So we have 3 wild rides.
Right along with the 48. Oh, yep. Tristan Catania jumps, flips, down. And
We may have more drivers that went up and over. I see one in the back that went up and over somehow. I think I saw the 27 go up and over.
Right along with the 12 of George. He gets turned by the 18 of Melissa Sharp, and then he is unfortunately just along for the ride, and just not his day. And that is so unfortunate for that number 12 car. Presidential Racing Number 12
Hell, he was
car.
doing really well. He just
He was.
wrong place, wrong time. Peltier Sharp
Absolutely.
came down to try and just side draft him to try and get back to the bumper of Brialt and expected Oberstadt to be hugging that yellow line a little bit more. That's really all that was. Racing incident. Elrich has every right to be happy about how he was going up to that last lap. It was a really good race for him.
Absolutely. All right, well, we will have your top 3 finishers here in just a moment, so stay tuned. We have your top 3 podium finishers here in just a moment. Back live here with our top 3 interviews here. We'll start with our 3rd place finisher, Tommy Reynolds. Tommy Reynolds, this is Ryan Pennell in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I gotcha.
Right, you came home 3rd. It was definitely crazy race, but I'll be completely honest. It showed you in the 29, but you had the 62. I thought you were Aiden Norman. I was very confused. But hell, you finished third. Good race. Tell us about your race.
Well, up until about 20 minutes before the race, I thought I wasn't able to race, so I kind of had to scramble together to get a paint scheme going. But yeah, that's my fault. But yeah, I mean, kind of hung back stage one. I thought I was going to be able to make it on fuel, and I forgot who the leader was that ran out, but I think it showed that you couldn't. So I think it was a smart move to pit there, and then yeah, after that I was kind of just trying to stay up front most of the race, trying to stay out of trouble, and managed to do that and brought home a decent finish. But I mean, that's 2 super speedways now, almost in a row. I've got the Beatron Knuckle Sandwich, so yeah, not happy with that, but it's whatever.
Yep. Well, you'll have that on the big job, so hopefully you can get them back on Sunday. That's all I can tell you. So I'll push you until
Yeah.
until 2 to go. Then I'm turning your ass into the catch fence. But yeah, good finish and good run for Bandit Racing. You put that 62 car up on the podium. So congrats to you, buddy, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks. It was a fun race.
All right, see you, buddy. All right, that was our third place finisher. Second place is John Smeal. Matthew, we will let you take John Smeal, and John Smeal's in here now, so Matthew, take it away.
Having a good copy on us, John?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man. For one, great job coming home to finish second. Looks like you made that move a little bit too early when you made that move on the backstretch. What was your thought process as you were entering turn 3 on that last lap?
Jeremy was coming, so I thought he was going to have a bigger run. He was going to be able to get to my bumper, and we'd set sail into the sunset, kind of like Daytona in A squared. But didn't quite work out. I can't be mad about losing to a teammate. Me and Pat worked extremely well all race. So, if it came down to having to push someone else to the win, I'm glad it was him. So, basically when the seas parted and it was, 6 of us that were either Beatron affiliates, or Tommy Reynolds, who works well with us all the time. We knew one of us was taking it, just wasn't sure who.
Of course, and with that amazing race, how much of strategy came into it going into that first stage?
Wasn't a whole lot of strategy. We ultimately were worried that we weren't gonna make it in fuel. So we kind of took the risk to pit as a team there just to be safe. Ended up, I think Austin actually stayed out and won the stage. And granted, he ended up running out of fuel before he got back to pit. But ultimately, we took the safe route. Didn't want to jeopardize anything and end up at the back to the start of the second stage.
Of course, man. Great finish for you. I feel like you and Patrick Oberstadt were working well the entire race, and once we saw that it was you two, Reynolds and Belleville up there, I thought we were going to have a little bit more of a fight between the two teams. But it's absolutely great racing. You got anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, want to thank my wife April. She supports me through a lot of this stuff. She does a lot. She's my inspiration for the Smeal Racing design stuff. A lot of the way that I do paints is based off how she's helped me think. Just thank her for putting up with me. Thank you guys for putting this on. Got to thank everyone at Beatron and Jeremy. This is one hell of a team. We work very well together on super speedways. So hoping I can turn a podium here tonight into another podium here on Sunday.
Absolutely amazing, man. Seems like we're gonna have ourselves a nice little fun fight on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a show. What type of show? We'll wait and find out, but a show of some sort.
A shit show.
Hopefully not as bad as the start of the season was.
Yeah, we'll see. Appreciate you, Smeal, and good job on your second place, bud.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, so we'll bring in now our race winner, Patrick Oberstadt. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir. I'm back.
Man, I tell you what, I was rooting for you, buddy. Your first win here in ARCS Ignition, and what a damn finish! And just tell us about your race, man. Tell us about how you did it, how you made it happen, and how you got that 41 car to victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning, I didn't want to be up front, so I stayed towards the back. But I was with Smeal the whole time, and just ended up we just went all the way up to the front. And each caution, he was first, and I was behind him, and it was just a blast being with teammates and having a teammate final finish. That was pretty fun.
Absolutely. Well, I always cheer for people that have never won in ARCS, and so I was definitely cheering for you. And you got that win in ARCS, and man, those things are hard to come by. Trust me, I've been around for 3 years, and it's not easy to win. So, congrats to you. Floor's all yours. If you have any sponsors or friends and family you want to shout out for your victory.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out my brother. He was there for his first win at Daytona in the trucks. I pushed him to the win, and he helped me out. Not push me to the win, but he was there. And I just want to thank Jeremy for letting me be on Beatron. And I don't know, that's about it. I had a blast.
Absolutely. Well, good job and congrats. Go celebrate your win. Have you a couple beers, and hopefully we'll see you again next Friday night.
Yes, sir. That sounds good. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
See you.
All right, Matthew. Well, that will about do it for us. Again, your top three was Patrick Oberstadt, John Smeal, and Tommy Reynolds. Hell of a race. Really good finish. Definitely some big wrecks tonight, as you would expect from Talladega. Kind of
Wild flips too.
Yeah, wild flips. Kind of give me your outlook on the race, and then I'll close us out, and we'll wrap this thing up.
I'm almost expecting the exact same thing to happen on Sunday, but with that lower aggression in that first stage, of course we'll have 2 stages, but I still expect the same thing. I'm actually kind of excited for the rest of the Ignition season, all the way through the 36 races that they got planned that they're going to be running alongside the A² Cup Series. Of course, a couple of these drivers may possibly get some shots at the Cup Series. I think a lot of them have actually proved that they deserve it at this point in time. It's just a matter of, will these Cup teams actually have a spot for them? Of course, both of these series are super competitive. I think Ignition is actually more competitive due to the fact that you're trying to make that Cup Series. Once you're in that Cup Series, it feels like you can kind of relax a bit, chill out, and you ain't got to be as aggressive. But this Ignition series, we're going to see a lot more aggressive racing as we go through the rest of the season. And hopefully you and I can have a couple more races where we're talking about this stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm excited, and yeah, definitely a lot of competition in the Xfinity Ignition series. No longer sponsored by Scam Faction Apparel.
By Fuck Faction.
Yeah, Fuck Faction, whatever you want to call them. Fuck them. I don't even know if I can say that on stream, but I did it anyway. So, it is what it is. We keep rolling. We're not going to stop our series just because a sponsor ghosted us and deleted other social media. We're going to keep going. So, shout out to everybody tonight, all the drivers, Race Control, Matthew Kent, and Matthew, shout out to you for helping me tonight. And we'll pick it up again next Friday night and try it one more time, but that's going to pretty much do it here for us tonight. Appreciate
credit
everybody.
should all go to you, though.
Yeah, hey, I'm just keeping it.
You're the person who put ARCS together.
I'm just keeping it between the ditches. That's all I can do. So we'll definitely a great race tonight, and we'll see what we can do again next Friday night. But until then, make sure everybody stay tuned. Tune in to ARCS Racing Networks. We'll have a stream on Saturday, tomorrow night, with late model stock cars over on Grassroots. racing series grassroots Discord. So that'll be a lot of fun. So y'all tune into that. And until then, just stay on that loud pedal, and we will see y'all next Friday night.